First up, blue corner, Malco Casas.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your commentary team, El Segundo Luis Soto, alongside Juice Games, and we are opening up Combat Quest 26 Bloodsport 3 from right here in Tampa, Florida at the Dallas Bowl. And we're opening up with some combat jiu-jitsu with the man they call the Peruvian Hitman, Malco Casas.
Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico, I'm super excited for this. This is going to be a great show. We're starting off with that combat jiu-jitsu. Just a whole different game than regular jiu-jitsu. These guys are some bad dudes, expecting to see a lot of slapping.
Absolutely. Who told you my real nickname? But the Peruvian Hitman, representing Futures MMA, and this is a team that we talked about a lot during the Combat Quest Boxing 1 card. Futures MMA produces a lot of fantastic kickboxers and Muay Thai competitors. But right now, we're entering into combat jiu-jitsu. It's a different plane. However, Malco is used to winning. Malco has a 4-1 record right now with 3 knockouts in MMA. He's ranked right now in the top 10% of his weight class in Florida.
These are both blue belts in jiu-jitsu, so there's going to be a lot of technique, a lot of sound jiu-jitsu, a lot of sound practicing of this beautiful, beautiful discipline of martial arts, and I'm very excited. There's going to be no shortage of action starting off right from the top of this card.
Absolutely. And I'm interested to see on how he earned the name the Peruvian Hitman.
How did you earn the nickname of Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico?
I had this cousin who had a boat in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I'll tell you next.
Yeah. Let's get back to this.
Malco Casas looking calm and ready as he huddles with his squad before making his way into the gate.
Now these Futures MMA guys, these are some different warriors, the way they prepare for the fights, prepare for their bouts.
In the red corner, Housel.
Housel letting us know that we need to believe as he's making his entrance here today. He's also a blue belt.
And this is his weekend. He's obviously got the Irish heritage. It was St. Patrick's Day yesterday, so he should have all the luck of the Irish tonight.
He's got his 4-leaf clover with him. To see if he can bring the luck combined with the skill passed down to him from Gracie and Spring Hill. Gracie, a prominent jiu-jitsu school.
The Gracie name holds a lot of weight in mixed martial arts as a whole, but jiu-jitsu especially, and they're not going to put their name on just any athlete. So he's got to come with it. I'm sure his team, his coaches have all set him up, prepared him for this fight tonight.
This will be combat jiu-jitsu title fight, the 180-pound weight class. Fighting out of the NBC training rebound blue corner. He's a blue belt combat jiu-jitsu by way of Futures MMA. It's Malco Casas. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He's also a blue belt in combat jiu-jitsu by way of Gracie Spring Hill. It's Dylan.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't with us for the introduction, just a reminder, combat jiu-jitsu is similar to Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It will be a grappling matchup with, it's going to be a 10-minute round. It's a grappling matchup with the goal is to submit your opponent. Once the fight goes to the ground, both competitors are allowed to use open palm strikes, such as slaps or palm strikes to the face or body. And should we go past the 10 minutes, then I'll explain overtime rules at that time. But here we're opening up. And the beginning of a jiu-jitsu match is always like a chess matchup, especially the beginning. It's a lot of figuring out what your opponent's going to do, trying to get a starting. Picking the low change.
Now, my first ever jiu-jitsu tournament that I was ever in, I went 3 full rounds and then 2 overtime rounds. And it was insane. And it was the only time in a jiu-jitsu tournament that I placed second. Every other time I've won. So I'm excited to see how these guys perform.
Absolutely. See, Casas is against the cage here. Thought Housel had a grip there, but Hitman able to slip it.
Both competitors really calm, really patient right now.
As they should be. I mean, it's only about a minute and a half that's gone by. There's still 8.5 minutes left. Our collars.
Nobody seems to be the aggressor quite yet.
Yeah. That's why jiu-jitsu is so interesting, because it really is up to the preference of the grapplers.
It
But
is.
there's some people who pull guard right away, and that's their game plan because the bottom is where they may be most comfortable. But in a case like this, where they're both just trying to jockey for position, you never know. And we talk about, like, in MMA fights or in any other combat sport, really the first round always feels like the feeling out process. And since this is just one long round, the first couple minutes are going to be that feeling out process. And don't get me wrong, I've seen split-second finishes in jiu-jitsu.
And that's the thing with jiu-jitsu. It happens quick when it does happen. Once you get into that position, essentially, there's no way out once someone gets in that dominant spot where they're finishing.
Right. 3 minutes elapsed. 7 minutes left.
And you can just feel the tension in here right now because nobody's gotten that upper hand yet.
And so right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're really seeing just jiu-jitsu right now. You haven't seen the combat aspect of it yet because this fight hasn't gone to the ground yet.
And you've barely seen jiu-jitsu yet. Once they
Right.
get on the
I was
ground,
just about to say.
it's a whole different sport. Now, Casas being a MMA guy, this might be a little bit out of his wheelhouse of not being able to do other things right now.
Right. Trying to go for a takedown, but snuffed beautifully by Housel. Hand fighting a little bit. You got collars again. Shut it off. You gotta imagine both of these guys have been using all of their strength, exerting, trying to keep the other from making the first move for almost 5 minutes straight now, and it's gotta be one of the most strenuous things you could imagine.
Right, for y'all at home, y'all don't realize how daggum hard it is to have another person trying to enforce their will on you, trying to impose their body weight, their muscle, their power on you
strength,
while
their will,
you're doing it right back. So while it might look like on TV that it's a lot of standing around a
Trying
little
to
bit,
pick the
it's
leg.
not quite. Both of these men are working right now. And they're thinking, they're planning their next 4 steps.
This is how we talk about, like, it's a little bit of a chess match. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of problem solving.
And it's just going to take one mistake by one of them.
And sometimes, that's the thing with jiu-jitsu, sometimes those changes are so minuscule, but they mean so much at the same time. It's small things that to anybody who's not in tune to jiu-jitsu may not realize they're doing. They might not realize the weight of a certain hand placement or the weight of a certain body position.
So what I start doing here, if I'm one of these 2 competitors, is I start trying to instigate a little bit.
Right.
I might do some hand fighting a little bit more pushing, a little bit more aggression to make them press. Once they press, that's when you can capitalize on a mistake that they make. And so for the viewers at home, there's no points in this involved. This is a finish. That's how these types of matches end. And so there's not going to be a judge's scorecard. There's not going to be anything like that at the end of this round. They're going to keep going.
Right. The lingo, what is it they say? No judges needed.
Yeah,
Jiu-jitsu,
exactly.
No judges needed.
And a lot can happen in 2 minutes. So.
Right.
And that's a lot of the stuff that happens when it's 2 similarly experienced competitors going against, especially in jiu-jitsu. They both know everything that bad that can go happen, and they know how to get around it. They know everything that they can do, and they know everything that their opponent can do. So there's not really a way to get a step ahead of the other guy. It comes down to making a mistake.
Right. Yeah, I mean, 2 blue belts so evenly matched. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, just the exhaustion that's built up in the sweat that's forming. People may think that there's not much happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, but this is a battle of strength right now. We're inside the final minute of regulation time.
Both sides telling their competitor that they have to do something. This is the time to do it.
Inside 30 seconds here.
Ten seconds left.
determines who can pick who goes first. So in this case, both fighters will be given 1 minute in an attempt to escape. Both fighters will be seated, belly to back, in a seatbelt grips position. Each fighter will be given 1 minute to escape. Whoever escapes the fastest wins. Or whoever can secure the submission fastest wins.
So now there has to be action.
Right, both of these fighters will be placed in a compromised position, and we will either see them escape, or we are going to see a finish. And this is what it comes down to for the 170-180 CQ26 title.
If I get on your song, everybody gonna need to dock a visit. I get the job done like a steak on the grill with the try some. My verses are rock stones, let me slide off the cliffs that you drive on. If it's an object, it ain't a problem. You try to stop, don't try to block me. I am a Spartan.
Both competitors just need to breathe right now. They got to recapture their train of thought. They got to think about exactly how they're going to win.
Right.
Off the floor, not worried, my flow is so clean that the 10-second rule don't apply anymore. Grab your spoons and your plates and your sports. Gonna be food on the table for sure.
The referee is just getting everybody on the same page for how this overtime round is going to go.
Well, I did it, and I feel kind of lazy. See the smoke from my fire place, I would not ever be lenient on these lazy ass incomplete heathens. Tripping off the public when got you leaning it. If it's good on you, you probably be leaving it. I am too fresh for your shit.
El Padrino has the coin. They're preparing for the coin toss.
All right, so it looks like Housel won the coin toss. Housel won the coin toss. Housel won the coin toss and has elected to attempt to escape first. So Housel will have 1 minute to escape. If the Peruvian hitman can hang on for that entire minute, then he will then in turn have a full minute to escape. He can also submit Housel here.
So Housel wants to get out from off of his back.
Yeah, I can't see from our view here. It looks like he has grips aren't quite under his neck. And he's out. We'll see what the time was.
A little bit of technical issues.
27.31 seconds. The Peruvian hitman must escape within 27.31 seconds. If he can escape faster, he will be declared the victor. However, if Housel hangs on for those 27 seconds or submits the hitman, it's a tight grip. Out.
And it looks like Housel gave it up.
I did not hear the official time for the hitman, but I believe he's declared the winner.
So it looked like Housel was trying to transition and get that mount, which in turn gave up the position.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's send you now to Wild Bill for the official introduction of the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new 180-pound